Today we're looking at Taps, which allows you to harness the power of both a website and an app all in one. Taps is currently available for just $59 from AppSumo, and it allows you to build these progressive web apps in an easy and fast fashion. And with that said, let's actually jump into Taps. I've built 2 progressive web apps at this point, and AI Profits now has an app, and I did it in just pretty much an evening. I also built a Realtor Demo App that I'm going to be featuring and selling to realtors. So if I show you first and foremost the Realtor Demo, I built this thing in under an hour. And we'll go over the whole platform and everything else, but I want to show you kind of what it looks like. Specifically, this is on desktop, and it looks like a web app or something. You know, it's not a website, but if we actually go in and look at what it'll look like on a cell phone, it looks so much better. So here at the top, we'll see we have a call button, a text, an email, map, website. We have a brief about section. We have the listings that you can scroll through and check out my listings. It'll link out to anywhere you need. And then we have a basic form. How can I help you? The best way to reach you. Tell me about your specific needs. And then if they click here, like they want to know how much their home's worth, they can easily get a home valuation. You know, maybe they're a first-time seller and they need some questions answered, commonly asked questions. This took me under an hour to put together due to the templates from Taps. I'll show you that here in a little bit. And in my review article, I get more into the actual finances behind this, but I think you could sell something like this for $99 to $300, and then also charge a monthly, anywhere from $10 to $30 a month, maybe as high as $50 or more if you're setting up automations and things. And let's actually go over the platform. If we were to create a new app, the first thing I would invite you to do is view the tutorials. Richard, the CEO of Taps, did a great job of going through all of this. I created my app, and what you're going to do is you're going to select custom domain. So this will be like link bio or anything .to. That's what I've noticed. And then up here we have app.aiprofits.com, which is my custom domain that I set up. And one of the things, the biggest drawback I would say, the biggest drawback currently is if I go to app.aiprofits.com, I have to have a backslash there, and if I don't, then it's going to send to a page that I have no control over that Taps has. So I don't like that one bit. When you go to app.aiprofits.com, I want you to arrive on the AI Profits app. And this is the app that I've built right now. If I click through, here's my Taps. I've got an affiliate link right there, but you can read my full review of Taps via the app. And eventually we're going to add tutorials there, reviews, demo videos, all kinds of stuff. It's going to be a truly great experience, I believe, just because of how easy it is for me to update Taps. It's a lot better than most of the other website builders and app type builders that I've played with personally. That little CNAME thing is almost a deal breaker to me, but I hear that they're working on that. So for now, we're just gonna come in here, and today we're just gonna go ahead and create one. I guess we'll go with demo here. Now let's just create it, and we'll build a demo app on Taps. So now that I've created my app, here I can give my app a name. Now app templates is gonna save you a ton of time, and you're gonna be able to come in here with a social link in bio, an event app. You can look through their templates. Personally, I think the templates are, good enough. I mean, they're serviceable. They're not perfect, but they're definitely as good as you would expect with a tool like this. Now, if we go back to the Taps platform, here's the Realtor app that I demoed. Again, I customized this to the app that you saw as I started the video in about an hour. And that was the very first thing that I kind of did inside of Taps. Now they do have a freelance designer app, which is kind of cool if you want to actually build apps for people. You could then have an app where you feature the designed apps that you built for your clients. And if you don't have any clients, I would recommend picking 1 or 2 niches, designing a couple of apps for those niches, going into Facebook groups and actually posting an example of your app and then a promo like $99 for this app built in a week. $10 a month managing after that, whatever works for your market. I'm just gonna show you real quick how you get started with an app. If I find one that I like the color scheme to, like this one's pretty cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and try this. I can do the complete color, I can do the complete app or the color theme, or I could do the app style, which is the app styling, fonts, colors, images. So I'm gonna go ahead and select the app style here. And we're gonna get the exact app style of our app. And then when we come in and do a new action, like let's just do a link here, and we'll go ahead and throw in the AI Profits website. If I click fetch data, it's gonna bring in a picture from my website, as well as my meta tags and descriptions. And here I can go with a hero, a half, a side, or an icon, or the half is probably gonna look the best. So we'll go ahead and create that. As you see, we've already got our app styling. So this is how I would recommend starting with your app build. At any time, we can come under the Style tab. We'll just go with a headshot of me, and then we can also change our background image, which I'm gonna leave. And then if we wanna actually change the custom colors, for example, maybe we wanna go a little bit more of a blue, we could do that right there, and then it would change it to blue. So very quickly, we can get an app online, looking to vet an idea or make some money in general. One of the best ways to make money is to prove the concept, and something like Taps can help you do that, particularly through the built-in form builder, or just, floating an idea out there, building a list, and then launching it at a later date. Now, the other thing is you could obviously sell this to businesses. Now let's come in here. As I said, there's app templates. There's a ton to look through. Action, bio, colors, real estate, sales, all those different things. Here's small businesses, but I wouldn't rely on these. I would work on my own. Like here's the Landscaper app. And you could target that niche. And this doesn't look horrible, but it does look a little dated and out of style for 2020. Down here, it has tell me what you think about our work. And you can fill in the name, email, message, even a photo of the lawn. So that's kind of cool. And easily you could throw this out there, get a couple of landscaping clients and build out, an actual portfolio like that. So enough of the templates. Let's actually come in here and I'll go over the action. You can link out to anything. You can have files accessible. They have a built-in PDF reader. You can also bring in an RSS feed, or you can do a microsite, which I thought was kind of silly at first because it only gives you two options, an image and a paragraph. And then I said, Scott, maybe you're looking at it wrong. You could actually create pretty good internal documents, tutorials, guides, etc. Or in my case, I'm going to share a few things along the way, maybe with a tutorial on how to do a particular thing. I don't want to go through WordPress and, get bogged down into the technicalities. I can just hop in here, image, paragraph, you show the screenshot, you describe it, screenshot, describe it all the way through. And that's pretty cool. And I kind of think that's probably the use for a microsite. Now, if you're looking for more of a subpage within the app, then the subpage is going to have everything. So the microsite gives you the image and the text. The subpage allows you to add actions where you can pretty much do everything. So again, within a subpage, you could even have a menu, you can have footers, you can group your different actions together. And if you don't know what an action is by this point, it's simply an element. You can get connected with call, email, map, SMS, and social icons. Now, if you come into the social icons, so what you'll see is the different styles, but that's about it. Rich content is one of the cooler features of Taps. They have everything from the carousel, which is a bit limited. You can embed anything with that HTML widget, pop-ups, chatbots, all of those kinds of things. In-app messaging is kind of like pop-ups inside of the app if you wanted to push out a notification or something. Video, image, all of those different contents. And if you wanted to come in like video, I could just paste a YouTube link in, and then I can give the action a name, and that's pretty much it. Now down here, for any action, I can schedule the action to show at a particular time or through a particular date range. I can also limit the audience. So if I wanted to select this audience by browser, app, Android, Apple, mobile, desktop, push on, push off, anything like that I can do, and I can arrange it differently based on mobile device or desktop. So action starts a new row, a page break, new centered row, all of these different features. This is how you actually style and design your app so that it's customized for conversions or optimizations, all of those types of things based on your user experience or your use case. Now, I like all of that a lot, and I don't want to say that this tool is basic by any stretch because it does have all of those features, but this is what you get here on this screen for the actions. Taps does have SEO, and if I go to the SEO tab, here I can turn on the SEO with a page title, a favicon, a meta description, a preview image, which is more like an open graph for when it's shared on social, and then JSON plus LD. I'm not exactly sure what this is, but I don't really know what that means. Maybe that is a little bit more advanced. The thing that I'm saying is under actions here, if I were to come in and add an image, I can add a title and a description, but I don't see where I can add an alt tag or anything like that. I just don't feel like it's 100% SEO optimized. Definitely not something that I would rely on for SEO purposes. So under custom actions, we have ID cards, which are great for personalized ID or loyalty cards, web hooks, again, automations galore, titles, page text, which is text on your page, or forms where you can add a contact form. And with the form integration, you can do a webhook or an email. Now the form settings, you can do all kinds of stuff. There was a form lock for 24 hours, which is the default. However, they've now had a 10-minute and even a none. So you might get more spam if you do that. They say the 24-hour lock is for security reasons. Now, after the form is submitted, you can return to the page or you could link to an action. And then here you could select your existing actions. Maybe you want to send them to a thank you page or a PDF download, whatever it may be like that. Up here, they have form templates. They're very easy to integrate. You could do feedback, see how you're doing. If you hit the like button, then I know that I'm doing a fair job, so go ahead and do that. And then we've got call to action details and all those amazing things down here. Now, if I wanted to go ahead and bring in one just to show you kind of what the form would look like right here, I can apply this template. It'll override everything. And here I can give it a title, how are we doing, and a description, smash the like button. Now, this is going to show up like this because of the way that I said that I wanted it after the CTA. If I want it directly, then I'll change that to directly, and then the form will show up directly. So that's kind of what that means. Otherwise, once you hit that button, it would take you to the form. This is kind of the core nature of taps. Now, we can add from our library at any time. Like if I wanted to add taps, and I wanted to quickly add a taps affiliate link to this website, then I can do it right there just like that, even though I use that on a different app. It's very easy to do. We've gone over the styling, but here's where you can go over, change all of your pictures, the colors. You do have an app font. These are the options that are currently available, so you can pick the one that best fits your brand. I'd like to see the ability to upload your own fonts or at least integrate with Google Fonts and offer way more fonts choices. Action arrangement, you can do a single column or the multi-column approach. That's going to be available on desktop display. So if we go with like a single column approach, it's all one column. The multi-column approach gives you multiple columns. And then inside the app feature, you have to turn on progressive web app functionality. You can give your app a name. You can upload a photo, which is going to be the icon on people's phones once they save it. And then down here, you can turn off the install app prompt, or you can customize the iOS install app. Single action pass through. I like that if I hover over this, it tells me a little bit more about what it is. And Taps is very good at guiding you through each of the different actions and allowing you to set it up. There's a slight learning curve, but as far as a no-code app builder, it's one of the best that I've played around with. Now, the IQ is where you're going to get super analytical with UTM tags, timestamps, app IDs, all kinds of stuff that, frankly, I'm going to have to learn a little bit more about. Push allows you to send push notifications whenever the platform supports it. So Apple does not. Unfortunately, all iOS devices, you're not going to be able to actually send the iOS push notifications right now. However, when they do add support, then Taps will update this. Cloning apps is super simple. So if you build this all within a niche, like the Realtor niche, for example, I could clone that digital business card, change out all the information, test it, and be done in under an hour. And that's pretty good if I'm selling that for a $100 installation. And then, of course, making a monthly residual beyond that. And then if I want to get rid of the app, then I can go ahead and remove the app. It's going to clear all settings, remove it from the app, can't be undone. Now, if we want to look at our metrics, what we'll see is I have 3 active apps. I actually now have 2 because I just deleted that one. I have 224 total views, 100 total taps. And then down here, we'll be able to see app activity, the scans, the taps, all of this different stuff, the different visitors. I can see the devices that people are viewing this on. So honestly, most of these stats are probably me right now. Desktop view, I've been building this on the desktop, then I check the app back and forth. So for $59, I definitely think you can do worse. This is a fun tool to play around with. The style and design and all of those things are a bit lacking. It's not the most modern templates. It's not the most modern. It doesn't offer the most customization options. All of that is where you'll find a lot of the negatives in this. I'd love to hear your thoughts down below. $59 for 5 apps is definitely a great deal. If you ever scaled this beyond that, you could sell them. You can pay through Taps if you miss the AppSumo deal, $5 a month per app. Build that into your costs, etc. Ultimately, I definitely recommend it. Originally, I thought this was more of a 6 out of 10, but I think it's more 7, 7.5, maybe even as high as an 8. I'm going to be building out the AI Profits app over the next year or so. Each week, we're going to cover a new product, a new tool, most of them from AppSumo. And over the course of a year, this app's going to get pretty advanced as long as I stick with it, which I will, because you're going to hit the like button, leave a comment, subscribe to all those wonderful things. I hope you're doing well, and I'll see you in the next one.